Oh yeah.
Anyone who's had anything from me knows it. Does it sound familiar, Tom? Tonalization. Okay, so it's in your sheet music, and there's copious fingerings. I want you to do the bottom fingering. Does that look familiar?
Oh yeah. Oh.
And what I'd like us to do is learn it and memorize it. It's just a glorified arpeggio.
Will you play it? Will you be playing it so I can learn it from you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You'll have it in, I predict, in 40 seconds. Yeah. We normally use this for intonation building because it just so happens that every note in this glorified arpeggio it resonates with an open string.
Oh,
it's made of G's, D's, A's, and E's, and an occasional B. We don't have a B string, but if we had a string higher than our E, it would be a B, and that makes it a ringy note. It's barely ringy. It's kind of a stretch, but anyway, that's the normal use of tonalization. But if you memorize this, it's a fabulous warm-up. It's an easy thing to approach vibrato with for the first time. We're not going to do vibrato on it yet. I don't want you to yet. But we will at the end of this workshop. We'll be applying our vibrato to it. So let's learn it. And while we're doing it, let's emphasize our 4-beat bows. So we're going to play 4 beats per bow. I'd like to play this tonalization to give the people who don't know it yet a chance to find the note. Let's play every note 4 times. Okay? So it starts G, 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 G. Ready, set, go. So that wasn't the real exercise. That was just.
I was on the bottom line and I'm going, shoot, I thought that was a singing, and you started with a G.
That's nice and loud.
Turn it. But you guys were up here.
Yeah. I meant take the bottom fingerings.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is for 3rd position.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, so use the bottom fingerings and it's the top 2 lines. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Did you want, is it okay here, or would you rather have it like over on the deck?
That's fine. That just
Just need to
yeah.
be
Yeah. And just go ahead and hit and start.
Okay. Well, it's a 1-3.
Oh yeah.
Lower?
Yeah. Okay, so now we'll do 2 reps. Okay? Two repetitions on every note. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so now just 1 rep. No, not. Now we're gonna do 4 beats per note. Okay? 4 beats per note, so like a whole note. 1, 2, slow bow and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just whole notes, whole bows. 1, 2 bows with 2 beats each like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. And I'm going to be doing vibrato just to get that sound in your ear. I still don't want you doing vibrato yet, even if you can. I want you to just embrace, get beginner's brain, like open-minded and empty vessel, you know what I mean? Forget what you think you know for right now. So I'm going to be doing vibrato, don't you do vibrato, okay? 2 half notes each bow. Ready? Go. 1. No, stop. So we're going to play 2 reps on every note. And each rep has 2 beats. Okay, yeah, exactly. So a down bow and an up bow on each note. Ready, set, go. Now change. We're on the E string.
Yeah.
You sound good. You're in tune. Open D. So the last step now is to play 4 reps with the metronome. And eventually, by the end of class, this is to teach you to keep your vibrato going consistently through a bow change. Because students they go. It starts and stops when they change bows. This is to teach you to do, not yet, but even though you're changing bows, it's a very useful skill and a great warm-up. So 4 reps per note. Ready, set, 4 reps. Awesome, Eric. That's awesome. I forgot to say when he was doing it in 3rd position. You totally can do that if you want to. That's the top fingering. That's why I said, awesome, Eric. I forgot to tell you, so we need to do it one more time. One of the main purposes of tonalizations is to establish a relaxed hand and vibrant instrument and free, as opposed to constricted. It's to get the vibrations. Get your string. Have you ever watched your violin string when it vibrates side to side? It's awesome. You want to get it to vibrate as widely as you can on this exercise. Let's do it one more time and make sure I'm seeing left hands acting a little bit stressed out. I want to see soft, relaxed left hands. 1, 2, relax and go. Vibrate those strings. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. people weren't, but if you were, this exercise can be done with no thumb. And it's not a bad idea to do it with your thumb. And then eventually you can add your thumb as but it should be a featherweight thumb. So I'm going to remind you of that every time we do this. And I think we can proceed. All right, so we're warmed up. I'm a big man. If you ever injure yourself, you'll learn the value of warming up. And I had some tendonitis issues from abusing my body and not warming up properly. So, you know what? And warming up doesn't have to take 15 minutes. You can warm up properly in 2 minutes. So, do it.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just quickly review our exercises from yesterday, just to set them in your head, because they're important. Starting with the thumb swing. So remember to make a blade. And then turn it around so you can see the smiley face on the heel of your hand. And then grab your thumb. And then go ahead and knock on the door leading with your index fingers. We make a bridge like that, yeah, so that you have room for your fingers. Boom, shaka, boom, shaka. And the whole idea is to isolate the thumb from the rest of the hand, because your thumb is going to be on the side of the neck. Okay, go ahead and grab your thumb. And then we were telling them, you could knock. And remember the flexion. Knock on the wood, on the wall. Don't fan your face. We want to go forward. That's right, Annie. Yeah, good. Good tongue. And the bigger you can make that motion, the better off you'll be. Okay, good. It looks really good, you guys. Except don't do the knuckles. We're not going to do these knuckles. They don't participate. There you go. There you go. Yep. Okay, and then we talked about the guitar whooshes. Let's quickly do a guitar whoosh. And plant the heel of your hand against the shoulder of the violin. And then all 4 fingers shoot up the strings. And then they curl back, but your hand stays glued. Good. Good. You guys, I'm seeing excellent knuckle motion. Or not knuckle, I shouldn't say that, but the metatarsal motion, that's what I need to study anatomy, so I use the proper words. That's fantastic. Wow. Yes, Annie, good job. Do you have a vibrato? You do. You just want to improve it.
Honestly, I just sort of do something when I want to have that sound, and I have no idea if it's anywhere near what you're supposed to do or not.
Like in the words of Miranda, just hold a long note and shake something.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's exactly what I do so far.
You're right.
It seems to work sometimes.
Okay, while we're still in guitar position, just do single fingers, starting with your longest finger. That's the easiest. And this teaches you to vibrato parallel to the string, as opposed to wonky to the string. And if you can go all the way up and all the way back, staying on the string without falling off, then your motion is in alignment. Good. And everyone's keeping their hands glued to the shoulder. Thank you. Switch fingers, ring finger. Good. Awesome. Let's do index finger. Don't want to wear us out before we even get started. Tom, that's really good. Rita, that's beautiful. You've got the metatarsal action going on. Think pinky. Poor little pinky. And as we were saying, a good cheat for pinky is to let him piggyback with ring finger. If you're doing a great big fat long note and pinky has to vibrate, you can put them both down together. It's a nice way of cheating. It helps, yeah.
I want a nice fat muscular pinky. My pinky is stupid.
Violin wishes. What?
My pinky is stupid.
That's not nice.
What'd she say?
My pinky is stupid.
Oh!
It
has low self-esteem too. Because of the way you're talking. Okay, violin wishes.
The pinky gym now.
So the same thing, keep the hand glued to the shoulder and shoot all 4 fingers up and then all 4 fingers down.
Can be done.
Down. It's exactly right, Desiree. This is beautiful motion. I love to see that. Okay, now let's do 1 finger at a time, starting with your long finger. For some reason, I always do the A string, but we should kind of experiment staying on every string, the G string being the hardest. I keep falling off my G string. That sounds really bad.
Sounds bad.
Yeah. Okay, 3rd finger. Moving on.
We are putting them now up. Oh, yeah. Next round.
I knew that.
Next innovation here.
And index finger on any string you choose. That's exactly right, you guys. Good, Tracy. Yep. And pinky. Excellent. That's exactly right. I can see this bone moving. That's what I want to see. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that was just a little review. Now, what the heck am I doing? Oh. We've already done our long bows. I have that on the list but we just did them with tonalizations, so we don't have to do that. Let's just grab our egg shakers. Do you still have your, egg shakers? And
Is the camera on?
a little poop emoji for you, huh?
Is the camera on?
Yes, it is. Thank you. Yes. Please always check with me. So we discussed yesterday that vibrato starts from a straight wrist and goes back. It never goes like this. So the egg shakers are to help us work this muscle in what's called flexion. Flexion is good, extension is bad. Seems just the opposite, doesn't it? To me it does. Anyway, you go straight and back, straight and back. And go ahead and try to get chug it, chug it, chug it, chug it, chug it, chug it. Yeah. Oh, oh dang. Tracy's in there messing with that. Yeah.
I have one in my, here, she can use this. I have one in my,
Here, no, look. Oh, I don't need one. No, I can just stand here and judge everything.
you know how to do
Tom, that's your nighttime. You know, it could be valid. You never know when you're going to have to switch. There you go. Good, good, good. Excellent, okay, good. So, that's a good exercise just to remind yourself of throwing your hand back. That avoids that common problem of vibrating above the pitch. Remember when we said that's a common mistake? Because it makes us sound like we're on a different note than what we meant to be on. All right, so the next exercise is brand new, and it's kind of just a coordination builder, plus it aligns our vibrato with the same concept of keeping the finger on the string and being able to go up and down. And it forces us to do a long stroke while our left hand is doing something unrelated, which is harder than you think. So it's violin glissandi, plural for glissando, and I will turn the metronome on for this. So basically it's like this. We start on our note. We'll start on my favorite finger, the longest one. That's 1, 2. So it's down and up, and down and up. But you have to do it in one bow. So let me demonstrate again because I screwed it up. So it's just think of it this way, 4 motions per bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be really torture for all of our ears. Yes. Go ahead and get your violins up. And at first I'll just count, and then we'll turn the metronome on and do a few exercises. I'm on the, oh, don't you want to be on all different strings? That can be, I'm on the A string, but yes, do it on the A string. Let's not invite more chaos than we need. 1, 2, slow bow, go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, stop. So on this exercise, you guys, your thumb, you're gonna have fun with your thumb moving up and down. You're gonna go from first position to 11th position.
So we don't have 8.
Correct, sorry. So now you start down in first position, and your thumb is gonna go up to position X. And what was I gonna say? Oh, this will also challenge whether your setup is adequate. Because your hand needs to be free to move. Right. If you're afraid that you're gonna drop your violin, you'll have a really hard time with this. And if that's the case, you need to talk to me. We'll figure something out. Here we go, one more time. 1, 2, ready, move your thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now up bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down bow. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's reset. So you get the idea. It's hard. It's like, it's worse than this concept. It's way worse than that. So, long bow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then up bow, 2, 3, 4. Go really slow bow. Let's choose a different finger now, okay? Third finger. 1, 2, ready, go. Slow bow. 3. Now up bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. You're getting it. 3, 4. 1. And it doesn't matter if you're on a wrong bow. Yeah. So if you get on a backwards bow, don't worry about it as long as you're changing every fourth beat. Okay? One more time. Third finger. 1, 2, slow bow and go. Down bow. 3, 4. Up bow. 1, 2, 3. Down bow. 3, 4. 1, 2. Very good. Okay. This is kind of Halloween. It sounds like Psycho. We could do a little skit. Let's do index finger. Same string, A string. 1, 2, ready, slow bow. Now change bow. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 2, 3, 4. Up bow. Okay. Pinky real quick, and then we're going to double the speed. We'll do 8, but okay. Pinky. Power pinky. 1, 2, ready, slow bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It does 7, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's move your thumb down more, Rita. Like this. Okay, stop for just a second. So, Annie, keep your thumb as kind of hitchhiking, which is really cool that you can do that. Because it means you're not squeezing your thumb. But it'll be advantageous, it'll make the exercise easier if you keep your thumb on the side of the neck.
Oh.
She was not touching, kind of like I showed you before.
Oh, yeah, I tried
So you can keep it there and just let it glide lightly up. And then Rita, yours was kind of staying, yeah. Which is, it's fine, but just try it the other way, just in case it's important. Okay, so now we're gonna double the speed. So now let's go back to our easy finger, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? 1 and 2 and ready and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and up bow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. So you have to have a light touch. If you're squeezing, you won't be able to go that fast. Number one. And number two, your setup has to be supportive. And your finger has to be able to travel along the parallel to the string. Let's do third finger. 1 and 2 and ready and slow bow. 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 6. Slow bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 1. Yes, you guys. Everyone's got it. Okay. All right. If you need to shake out your hand, do. I'll give you 8 seconds.
Quick question. So this glissando, how much do you press the string down?
Oh, that's a really important. You know, don't lightly. Lightly, yeah.
So it doesn't have to create a real sound of
Exactly,
Okay, good.
exactly. I should have made that clear. I'm sorry I didn't. I mean,
Most people probably know it.
you can press it, but it's harder. It's harder to do, and it invites squeezing.
Yeah.
So
But it's okay to just do it
it's
lightly.
to ghost. Yeah, a ghost slide. That's fine. Like that.
Yeah, good.
Actually, that might make it easier for you if you think of, don't make a real note. But it can be done. It totally can be done, but it's a little trickier because then you start pressing and maybe squeezing. So let's do, what were we on? Index finger? Did we do 3? Yeah, we did third finger. Okay, index finger, and try a ghost glissando if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. I don't see a single person doing it wrong. So you're all
Do we
fine.
smile while we're doing this?
Or do we go?
You should scowl.
You're
for
looking
sure.
at us. So what are we doing? We should smile because it makes it easier. Yeah. I can imagine we're going.
Yeah. It's hard to control your facial expressions, but yeah, that's part of the performer's skill is to always poker face. I'm perfect even though I just screwed up. Okay, pinky, and then we'll go on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slow ball. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. That's 5, 6, 7. That's good, Betty. Yep. Okay, good. Good. Rest your hands. That's kind of taxing on your hands. Don't want to wear you out because it's going to be a long day. Okay, so remember the purpose of that is to make sure that your vibrato motion is in alignment with your strings, to make sure your setup is adequate, and to relax. Make sure we're not gripping, grasping, squeezing. Okay, all right. Boy, so now we're going to do mini whooshes. These are similar to the great big giant whooshes, but Eric, again, was it you who said yesterday it looks like Pinkus Zuckerman was moving his finger was sliding his finger on the fingerboard? Or was that Tom?
I
It was one of the
mentioned
men.
it, I think.
Wait,
Yeah, it looked to me like that.
yeah, like he was almost moving his finger to. That's what we're gonna do. I'm sure that he wasn't doing it. If he was, it would be really unusual. But we're gonna do mini whooshes. That's getting very close to an actual vibrato. Some people, after they get to the mini whooshes, are able to just translate into planting their finger and moving on, and then they can do vibrato. So you might, and a lot of you already have vibrato, I know that.
Laura, are you saying we are going to move our finger?
You are, yeah, so these are mini whooshes.
Yeah,
So we've been doing giant whooshes,
Right.
and our thumb has been staying in the same spot doing the giant whooshes. Remember I told you to keep your hand glued and your thumb in place? So now, instead of making this giant motion, we're gonna pretend like you see a tiny little gnat that got squished on your string. and you just want to kind of scrub him off. So you're going to be back up into the, first let's do guitar. We're going to do guitar style and we'll do violin style. So go back to guitar position, plant your hand on the ribs because that forces you to do a wrist vibrato. That's the reason that I want you to be planted here. And keep your thumb still and using your longest middle finger, just do a little, yes, yep, you just got a little bug guts that you want to just kind of, good. And make sure that you're going parallel to the string. And again, you don't have to press all the way down yet. Lightly, you can lightly press. Good, Betty. And you're transitioning to actually sticking your finger. So the only difference between this and real vibrato is we are gliding over our string by this far, or that far, or whatever. When you do real vibrato, you just stick your finger and you continue trying to do the midi whoosh, but you don't allow your fingertip to move, and then you get this beautiful rocking because the fingertip is planted.
So you just take out the slide.
You take out the slide, yeah. Okay, and sometimes my fingers are so dry that when I'm trying to do vibrato, I do a mini whoosh, and I have to vaporize my hands so that they'll.
Because when you move up here, you won't have it.
I know, I'm loving it. My fingers are all like sticking to the strings.
Different problems.
Yeah. So don't do the real vibrato yet. We'll get to that. I mean, I won't make you stand in a corner if you do real vibrato.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm seeing good stuff all around. So now let's switch fingers to ring finger. I'm still on my A string. When you practice this at home, you should dabble with every single string. Good.
So you basically keep your hand in the same position without moving and just move your wrist.
Absolutely. You're planted. This is our stability. This helps us to develop our wrist vibrato. Eventually, you'll break away from that and you still stay still, but you don't have anything to lean on. Like when we move down to first position, we're going to have to learn to do this all over again without something to lean on. And that's the whole transition we'll talk about. Good. Okay, let me just keep going for just a second. I check everybody out. Very nice. Yes. Good talk. Okay, so now and while you're doing this, look at my lines. Try to be on your inside corners if you can encumber your brain with one more job. So it's just really good for you while we're sitting here doing this to death. Let's do first finger now. Try to get on your inside corner. And by the end of the class, you will have black lines and you'll be able to see whether you've been doing your corners or not. First finger, heel of the hand up on the ribs. Just move like half an inch, tiny little bug guts. Exactly right, Tracy. Good. Be on your corner or on your fingertip. Yeah, good. You are. Yeah. Good. Yeah, you guys. Okay, now Janet, move down. You're extending your finger. So Janet was she was up here, stretching her finger up high, which is not wrong, but it's like that's practicing for like finger position up in 11th position. You want to keep your fingers right around the top, where the shoulders of the violin are. It puts your finger in an awesome arch position. Yeah. As opposed to up here where we're stretching, we're under duress up here. Good. Pinky. Last finger is pinky. I know. And he is hard to make go parallel to the string. But it can be done.
So we turn our hand more to get the pinky. I mean, I'm trying to do it like this, but if I do it more like
That's what you're doing right there is exactly what I want you to do, Janet.
Because the thumb moved ahead a little bit.
Okay. Now I don't have to move my thumb.
Oh.
But if you do, I like the angle that your pinky is on right now. Okay, So when you're doing mini whooshes, obviously they go a little faster. Chugga, 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 chugga. But we're not stressing out about speed at all. Chugga, 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 chugga. Just kind of a relaxed, faster motion. Okay, now let's tape some. Oh. Okay, we got everything. So one thing that I have done in the past with students who are not relaxing this motion, you all seemed fine, and that's why I didn't think of it until I looked at my notes. You can put a piece of Scotch tape on your fingertip, on each fingertip, and then do the exercise, and I mean, your finger just slides right over the string. You can imagine what, or a Post-it note or something, you know, so you don't have any friction. But I think we're all fine. If I detect tension in your consultations, then we might try that. But okay, violin wishes. Cool. All right. So let's start with, you know what? Let's do the D string now. Okay, and keep your hand planted up on the shoulder of the violin. And let's do right around the top of where the shoulders are is where you want to, within, you know, a 2-inch range. Do your little mini whooshes. That's perfect. That's chugga, 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 chugga. That is beautiful. Yes, exactly right. Holy cow, you guys. Good. Exactly. No, that's exactly right, Janet. You waited for me to fix something there was nothing to fix. Oh, let's see. You need to go up into violin position now. And this should feel like you could do this for days. If you're getting tired, you're working too hard. Yeah, good, good, Uni. Okay, let's switch to the third finger. You guys are all very close to an actual vibrato. The trick is adding the bow. That's the trick. Now let's see, why is your scroll shaking? I'm thinking, let's see, try again. Yeah, pay attention if your scroll is shaking. We need to address it. Because that means that thumb is batting the violin around, or it just means something's not in alignment. A little motion is okay. Good. Okay, let's do index finger. I'm still on the D string just because that's where I want to be. Beautiful. Now, since you're doing so well, try it. Chug it, chug it, chug it, chug it, chug it, a little faster. Chug it, chug it, chug it. Yes, Uni. You have very double jointed thumbs, don't you? Your thumbs like it's like double joint. Yeah. But you're not squeezing. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, first finger, Janet. That's this one.
The other one.
Huh?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Oh, am I, sorry. I might not be seeing.
No, I actually get mandolin, tablature, and completely mixed up. So I started.
Okay. All right.
Right, this is a violin.
Yeah. I see.
That's my excuse.
Stick with it. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Is that
Okay, good. And Annie, don't go up too high like this, because that just puts your vibrato in a really difficult situation. We should be able to do it up there, but we don't want to start up there.
So if that tires your shoulder out, then I'm doing something.
Which shoulder? Your left
This
shoulder?
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Something's not.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it could be your shoulder rest or something, or yeah. Or maybe you being a jammer, maybe you're used to moving around more, and this is forcing it. I bet you it's just you're doing isometric. It's hard to
Anyone
stay
else
in
have
one.
a shoulder?
I don't see anything wrong.
Just me.
No, I don't see anything wrong with what you're doing. So I think it's just that you're frozen in one position.
Yeah.
Pinky. That's good. You're gonna go home with a vibrato. Hope they'll let you take it on the airplane. Take it away at baggage claim, baggage security.
Or you can't
That's
tease.
dangerous.
You can't tease with those guys. Can I take my vibrato?
I couldn't fit it on my luggage.
You go to that room.
Yes.
Yeah. What's a vibrato?
Rita, I'd like to see you do it slightly bigger. Oh, you made a smiley face. And it's an artistic smiley face. Of course it is. Yeah, when you're doing your mini wishes, you like to get, you're thinking of real vibrato. So just do it just a little bit bigger. It'll keep you loose. Doesn't that feel a little bit looser?
Yeah, it does.
And you can still go chug it, chug it, chug it, chug it, chug it, chug it. You can still go pretty fast. Good. Okay, so now I don't want to get anybody into a cramp from sitting in the one position too long, so we're going to take a short break. So go potty, get coffee.
There's water and coffee back there, and I put the cream back.